Hi, my name is Julia Heita. I'm a radio presenter, radio journalist at Eagle FM, Namibia's #1 talk radio station. Well, as we celebrate World Radio Day, just to give some importance of radio, radio has been and will forever be the best when it comes to information dissemination, not only in remote areas but all over the world. When you're listening to a radio, it doesn't cause any distractions. You can multitask, let me say. You can listen to the radio while doing other things. You don't have to be sitting there to listen to the radio, since you just have to use your ears to do that. Well, not to continue, obviously I wouldn't want to go further. All I'm saying is continue listening to the radio.
Hello, I'm Vivette Rittmann, the founding station manager at NUST FM, the online community radio station for the Namibia University of Science and Technology. And on this World Radio Day, I'd like to remind us all that while radio is more and more going online, in its traditional form, it is still the most consumed mass media medium in Africa and was responsible for bringing the voice of liberation and independence to many, many people throughout the continent. And today, it still remains the best medium in which to give voice to all of the communities throughout Namibia, throughout Africa, and throughout the world.
Greetings, my name is Kelvin, and it's good to be talking to you on this very auspicious day. And today we are celebrating International Radio Day, and very beautiful that we are sharing this message, on these integrated digital communication systems. We call this social media, but very ironic that radio is actually the oldest form of social media before the term social media was crafted. And very fundamentally, International Radio Day reminds us of the importance of the right to freedom of speech. And this is the mouthpiece and the podium upon which we cross-pollinate ideas, however different they are. This is the podium and pedestal upon which we agree to disagree and disagree to agree. And our conversations get to be carried out by this very important medium in our bid to build this country a conversation at a time. And as we commemorate International Radio Day, we celebrate Namibia's very important role as a trailblazing country that has managed to create a conducive environment for the freedom of the press. And this is one aspect that has put Namibia on the international limelight as a country that is fundamentally entrenched in the very sacrosanct principles of democracy. And how best can we build this democracy but to converge on such platforms as radio and to shape this country, to disagree, to agree, no matter how different we are in terms of our political affiliations and doctrines and ideologies and dogmas. This is the platform where we begin to also see the soul of the nation. If you really want to know what exactly are the people thinking in Namibia, what exactly is affecting the ordinary Namibians, go on radio. And that's where you see people pouring out their emotions and pouring out their intellect as they come together, as they clash, as they agree, as they disagree. So as we commemorate this very important day, it's very important that we celebrate the country and the leadership also for playing such a very fundamental and sacrosanct role to make sure that the freedom of the press remains sacrosanct, remains fundamental. Radio, traditionally, the inception of radio, if you look at the history of it, you begin to see that states, most importantly dictatorial states, they tended to monopolize this space as a platform upon which they could, spread propaganda and card staking and just creating and manipulating cognitives and people's thinking and bombarding people with a message that is all about uplifting the state in the direction which they want. But today we are talking about an integration of different opinions. And if you take a look at how Nazi Germany rose, it rose right about the time when also radio was very fashionable, and the power of radio allowed the Nazis to build the state which they built. But today we celebrate radio for building democracies and not for building dictatorships. So it's very important that these space tend to be occupied by people that are liberal-minded. It's very important that radio presenters are given the right to present without fear, without favor, without bias, but also understanding that the radio, as we say, that the media is a double-edged sword. It can destroy, it can build, and it is very important that those that are trusted with this very important platform are able to make use of it for the goodness of the state and not to destroy it. Looking at the classic example that we have, what happened in Rwanda, the genocide, which saw the Hutus going after the Tutsis. It was because of a radio that was used as a medium to spread hate speech and inflammatory language around the Tutsi community. And very importantly, that a few weeks ago, we were talking about the man that was responsible for making use of this platform to destroy Rwanda, ultimately having fallen in the hands of the law after so many years of being a fugitive of justice. So the Rwandan example, the genocide in Rwanda, serves as a very stark reminder that this very fundamental and important platform is also a platform that can be used by subversive forces to destroy. And it is very important that we become responsible in our reporting. That whatever we say on radio, people, they listen, and people, they learn. They're not only there to come and disagree with you, they are coming to take from you, to learn from you. So we have to be very responsible in the kind of messages that we're putting across. Right across the world, right here from here in Namibia, we want to wish you a very happy International Radio Day. Thank you.